Palestinian militant group Hamas has reacted after being criticized by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken for not yet accepting a ceasefire proposal, saying it had shown positivity towards the negotiations. Hamas said it had dealt positively with the latest proposal and all proposals to reach a ceasefire agreement. It says that while the U.S. Secretary of State continues to talk about Israel's approval of the latest proposal, it had not heard any Israeli official voicing approval. Mr. Blinken has repeatedly said that Israel has accepted a ceasefire proposal outlined by President Joe Biden on May 31st. Israel's government has not officially said so, though an Israeli plan formed the basis for Mr. Biden's declaration. Speaking in Qatar on Wednesday, Mr. Blinken expressed frustration with Hamas's response to the Israeli ceasefire proposal, which the group delivered on Tuesday. The details of the response have not been made public, though Mr. Blinken said Hamas had proposed changes, some of which he said were unworkable. Meanwhile, the United States has announced $400 million in additional aid to the Palestinians, bringing the total package to $670 million. This was disclosed by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken at a joint press conference with the Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Al Thani on Wednesday. Mr. Blinken also touched on the ongoing ceasefire proposal by U.S. President Joe Biden, stating some of Hamas's requests are unworkable, while others are not.
At yesterday's conference, I announced $400 million more in additional support from the United States to the Palestinians. That brings the total amount that we've provided to $670 million in additional U.S. assistance to the Palestinians in the 8 months that this war has been going on. We've long been the leading provider of support to Palestinians, and we will continue to do everything we can to support them, particularly in this time of need. Now, the single most effective and most immediate way to end the suffering of people in Gaza, to end the suffering of Palestinians and Israelis alike, to tackle the humanitarian assistance crisis, to prevent the conflict from further escalating and spreading to other places, is to get a ceasefire. 12 days ago, President Biden set out a ceasefire proposal rooted in core principles of releasing all the hostages, surging assistance into Gaza, guaranteeing Israel's security, providing a path to an enduring end to war, and starting the massive reconstruction for Gaza. The entire world, almost without fail, has been behind this proposal. You're going to continue to push on an urgent basis with our partners, with Qatar, with Egypt, to try to close this deal, because we know it's in the interests of Israelis, Palestinians, the region, indeed, the entire world.
To the front lines of the war now, a surge of rocket strike launched from southern Lebanon into Israel has caused a fire outbreak in the northern Kadita settlement. Firefighting aircraft was seen attempting to put out the flames on Wednesday as thick smoke rose to the sky. According to the Israeli Defense Forces, nearly 70 rockets were fired into Israel, some of them intercepted, while others fell in areas of the northern region. Local media reported air raid sirens were sounded in the northern area of Safed, Rosh, Pina, Tiberias, and other cities in the Galilee region. Hezbollah said in a statement it launched the attacks in support of the Palestinian people and in response to an alleged strike in the town of Joya, which killed a number of its members. As civilians bear the brunt of the ongoing war in Gaza, many businesses have been feeling the impacts. One of them is Atfaluna, a non-governmental organization which had to flee Gaza when the war broke out in October. The organization provides support to children living with disabilities, especially children with hearing impairments.
Atfaluna, a once well-established non-governmental organization in the Gaza city, is now trying to pick up the pieces due to the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. The organization specializes in providing services to children with hearing impairments.
We do provide interventions to persons with and without disabilities so that they have equal access to all kinds of interventions. knowing that disability has other complex needs, puts us in a challenging situation, because we need to respond first to the complex need for the disability and also the need of the emergency situation. Like a child without a hearing aid will be at risk. So we need to provide a child with hearing aid and also food parcel and hygienic kit and PSS kit and other related emergency aids.
When the war broke out in October, all offices and assets of the organization were destroyed and staff forced to flee.
We left our office in the Gaza Strip, which is now severely damaged due to all the bombings happened in Gaza City. So we started from zero logistics. No office, no internet, no communication. In some other days, we didn't have the fuel to move our cars so that we can reach to families and reach out to beneficiaries.
Fida, who has been displaced 5 times, shares her personal struggles.
The war affected me as everyone in the Gaza Strip. I've been displaced for 5 times. First time we were displaced from Gaza City, it was very horrific. I remember that night I couldn't sleep. Even I was, what they call it, safe place at my aunt's house in Khan Yunis City, but still I couldn't forget the moment that we were evacuating from our house. Seeing a child smile while receiving any kind of support, that gives us strength.
According to health authorities in Gaza, repeated bombings and shelling have left many people, including children and adults, with hearing impairments for life. Now, after such struggle to rebuild, the organization is reborn from its ashes and back to providing care for children in the little way they can.
Just hold it in front of you. Yeah. Thank you so. Oh, wow, that is beautiful.